Manali has a different rhythm in the winter. Everything slows down, the colors fade to white, and the world just stops. Even though the snow arrived late this year, the story of this day actually began months ago. Preparing for a Himalayan winter is a tradition in itself. It was mid-November, and it was time to get the wood ready. We luckily had plenty of logs left over from the last few years, so we didn't have to buy new. But they still needed to be cut to size to fit in the wood stove, which here we call a tandoor. My brother and I spent the day breaking down all those leftover logs.
क्या
The next day, we loaded all the pieces into the basket, which we call a kilta. And moved them to our woodshed. By early December, it still wasn't cold enough to set up the tandoor inside, so we stuck to occasional bonfires in the yard, sometimes with family, sometimes with friends. Living so close to the forest has its perks. You can find these things that work as easy fire starters, pine cones. Me and my mom go about once a month to collect them as they fall from the trees.
फिर से कर दो ट्राई यस क्लोज
And a few days later, we finally set up the tandoor inside in the kitchen. Usually we get our first snow by December, but this year, nothing. The whole month was clear. Even the last few days of 2025 teased us with dark clouds, but no luck. Now, it was 2026. The sky was still clear, but the temperature did drop, and I could see ice on the way down to the road. The forecast said there was a high chance of snow the next day, so I went to bed at night, hoping to wake up in Narnia. I was woken up by the sound of my mom and sister talking when I heard them say, I opened my eyes and I already knew what I was going to see. It was magical, and my sister headed off to her office in Dhungri on foot.
आगो क्यों
Soon, I also went out to feel the first snow of the season on my skin. When I measured it, it was almost 9 inches.
क्या करना? Okay.
I went out again, and in just the last 2 hours, the snow had already doubled. Outside, it was snowing non-stop, and inside, the tandoor was lit, making the whole room cozy. By evening, the snowfall stopped, or at least slowed down a bit.
ज़्यादा बर्फ नहीं हो गया.
But there was already 2.5 feet of snow, and the power had long gone. My sister didn't come back home today, so it was just me and my mom. We had an early dinner and went to our rooms. Around 10:30 p.m., the wind picked up, loud and aggressive. It felt like the storm was just getting started, even though the weather was supposed to be clear tomorrow.